Everyone says the same thing about getting rich. Save more money, spend less, play it safe. Sounds smart, right? But if saving money was the real secret to wealth, then why aren't the people who save the most the richest? Why do some people on average incomes build real wealth, while others who save every penny still feel stuck? Here's the truth most people don't talk about. Saving money alone will never make you rich. In fact, if all you do is save, you could actually fall behind.
Let me explain. Imagine this. You wake up every day, go to work, earn your paycheck, and put some of it into savings. You skip trips, you cut back on spending, you avoid risks. And at the end of the year, you feel good because you saved money. But then real life kicks in. Rent goes up, food gets more expensive, bills get higher, everything costs more than it did before. And little by little, the money sitting in your account buys less and less. That's inflation, and it quietly eats away at your money every single year. Saving money today is like pouring water into a bucket with a tiny hole in the bottom. You keep adding more, but it's still leaking. And this is where most people get stuck. They think saving is the finish line, but it's not.
Saving is important, but it's only step one. Because wealth is not built by saving money. Wealth is built by growing money. And that's a huge difference. Most people think, save money so I can feel safe. Wealthy people think, how can I use this money to make more money? That one shift in thinking changes everything. Here's a simple example. If you save $100 or £100, it stays 100. But if you invest it, it can grow. And over time, that growth starts to build on itself. That's called compounding. And compounding is one of the biggest reasons some people build wealth while others stay in the same place for years. But here's the problem. A lot of people never get to that stage because they're too focused on saving and too scared to start growing. So what should you do instead? First, focus on increasing your income because there's only so much you can cut back on. But your income? That can grow a lot. Learn valuable skills. Start a side hustle. Freelance. Build something online. Find ways to earn more than just your salary. Because the more you earn, the more you can invest. Second, invest consistently. You do not need to be a finance expert. You do not need to pick the perfect stock. For most people, simple long-term investing works best. Things like index funds have helped ordinary people build serious wealth over time. Not because they got lucky, but because they stayed consistent. That's the key. Not chasing hype, not timing the market, not jumping from trend to trend. Just investing. Regularly. For years. Third, build assets. Assets are things that can make you money, even when you're not working. That could be stocks, a business, digital products, content, property, or something you create once and get paid from again and again. Assets put money in your pocket. Liabilities take money out. And wealthy people spend more time building assets. Finally, learn to make your money work for you. Because real freedom begins when your money starts earning money without needing your full-time effort. That's the goal. Not just saving enough to survive, but building enough so your money creates income on its own. Now, think about two people. Same age, same job, same salary. Person A saves money every month and leaves it sitting in the bank. Person B also saves, but invests a portion of it, builds assets, and takes smart, calculated risks.
Fast forward 10, 15, 20 years. Person A has some savings. Person B has growth, assets, extra income, options, freedom. That's the difference. Saving protects money, but investing and building assets creates wealth. So no, saving more is not what makes people rich. Using money wisely does. And the good news is, you do not need to start big. You do not need thousands. You just need to start. Because time is your biggest advantage. The earlier you start, the easier it becomes.
Start asking, how can I make my money grow? Because that question can change your entire financial future. If this changed the way you think about money, subscribe to the channel. Because here, we talk about how to stop thinking average and start building real wealth. Like this video and tell me in the comments, are you just saving or are you investing?